classroom. We're live from downtown Mill Bay. I guess I should close the door. Gentlemen, if you were waiting outside the classroom with your phone until the bell rings, the school is seriously considering not letting you have your phone as a new rule for the entire academic morning because people aren't in class on time. Because they sit, no, the bell goes, you're supposed to be seated down, ready to learn, not wandering in. So, if you're on your phones outside, you gotta be in and seated when the bell goes, not as it goes. So, just stop 30 seconds before. And I will not have to mention that. Okay, phenotypes. We are doing backhanded crossing. No, he's late. Okay. So, we're going to do a dihybrid cross in which we have a round and a wrinkled P, and we also have a black and a green. So those are our phenotypes. Yeah. And why are you on your phone? Yeah. Are they ready?
I got to campus like 3 minutes before class started. They moved here.
Okay, we've got a round P. I'll designate that as, if it was true breeding, capital R, which would make the wrinkled P. Lowercase r. We will do the black P, capital B, which would make the green P, lowercase b. So those are all the different types that we can have. So if, for example, we have R, R, B, B, what would it look like? Sorry, I put those the wrong way around. What am I doing? Phenotype goes here, genotype goes there. There we go. So, R is lowercase r, capital B, lowercase b. Okay, still testing the question. If it's lower, upper, lower, R and B, what does it look like? No, what does that look like, that set of genes?
It would be wrinkled black.
Yep, okay. Oh, no, you have to answer one. You have to answer a question. One question. Yeah, I know. I'll come on, I'll do that. So it'll be wrinkled and black. So we're going to cross two parents, and they are going to be, let's go with R, R, B, B times R, R, B, B. I'll put up the example and make it a little easier for you. go. Okay, what would either of those genotypes look like? The R smooth is round. So yeah. The one on the left, round and what color? Round and green. Excellent. You can come in. No, you have to answer the question. So get your notes out. Excellent. Let's go. So these are the parents. As we just said, this would be round and green. And the other one will be, let's see how fast he caught up. Okay, the other one, lowercase r, capital B, lowercase b, what would that be? Would be round or smooth, black or green? The one on the right, lowercase r, capital B, lowercase b.
What's the RRBB?
Rough is wrinkled, yeah. So rough and what color? No, sadly. Capital B is black, as you can see on the top, so black is dominant. So we'll try and get it all.
You're saying try to get it tomorrow?
No, in a moment.
Oh.
Tomorrow is a moment, though. It's a moment in time. So this would be wrinkled and black. So we're going to take a wrinkled black pea plant and a smooth or round green pea plant and breed them together as a dihybrid cross, as opposed, so we're going to consider both of the traits at the same time. That is going to be big. So we'll take these, and I've given you room on this page to set yourself up. I'm going to want the genotypic ratio, the phenotypic ratio, probably in percents and numbers. Before you start, it will be useful to say what is each square worth as a fraction and as a percent. You will need a 4 by 4 square. For your Punnett square. So the Punnett square for a dihybrid cross looks a little bit weirder. It's a little bit bigger. Because we need somewhere to put our gametes. And I'm going to grab our parents from the other side so I can see them. We are doing these ones. No, no one's.
You can still see the stuff.
Go away. Now we've made the gametes. Now in a regular Punnett square, if we had B, B, what would the gametes be? B, if you say B and B.
Big B, little B.
Big B, little b. Like this? No.
Separate.
Separate. So you have to separate them out. What is the equivalent of separating them out when you have two genes? What goes in there? Yes.
With R, the first lowercase r the first one, and then lowercase r the second one, and then uppercase b in the third one, and lowercase b in the fourth.
That is very clever. That's what half the people did, and it's completely wrong.
What? Oh, I just wrote it in like that.
Well, I mean, those genes will be there, but remember, you get one from your mom and one from your dad. So let's arbitrarily say whatever the first one is, you get from your mom, because your mom's the most important. And then you get one from your dad. Let's say that's dad's genes. You need one of each.
What?
You need one of each. So you are correct. You need this one. You need, say, a lowercase r. But then what do you need? Yeah,
Uppercase B.
uppercase b. So what you do is this one goes with that b, but then you have to pair this one with that b. Then you have to pair that one with that b, and that one with that b. I'm going to ask him what that one should be then. It should be, let's say, if that one's lowercase r, capital B should be lowercase r and lower b. Okay, you have a juice box and chips. You're way too comfortable. But what goes into the second box? Yeah. So the first box was lowercase r, capital B. The second box would be.
Oh my
You're a good
God.
friend. You're a good friend. Yeah, I know. Between you and me, I know.
Shame.
Make it in.
And it's a little easier if I color code them. I'll make this one red since it already is. I'll leave that one black. But if I make this one pink and this one light blue, we can see the first one has to be RB. If you're feeling hungry, these peas are good for you because you're going to Arby's. And the next one's RB. But then you have RB, and then RB. And I'm just saying the letters all over again, so it doesn't make sense. Also, I just noticed a really critical error in how I set it up. So we will continue doing the error, but what order should always the letters be in?
Oh, capital first.
It should be capital first if they're the same gene. If they're different genes, they can be different. Which should come first, B or R? B, because it's alphabetical order. Yes?
But you said you have to put the long gene first.
Oh, that was just for this example, because I was trying to make you think, like, where do these genes come from? And then you have to pair them, mum with other mum. Then starts to fall apart. But yeah, you have to pair them because you get one from each. That's not a rule. That was just to think, so why you didn't put two of the same kind in there or separate them all out. So do the same on the left-hand side with R, B, B. No, some of them are the same. That one's the same as that one. That one's the same as that one. But you still need to do all of them because that's what gives you the correct percentages, because you'll have more of one type of offspring than the other. So put them in here, and then start to combine them. And then I want the genotypic ratio, the phenotypic ratio, what each square is worth as a fraction, what each square is worth as a percent. Go gadget machine. Then I can do 10. those of you who came late, I should also thank you for coming in on a day that in every other school is likely a snow day. Well done, all of you, for yes. Kirk was phoned last night by all his friends, like, get online, it's a snow day tomorrow. And he's like, I have school tomorrow. And I'm like, ha ha.
We should go sledding and learn about kinetic energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should do that.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so hard to write out the ratios.
Sorry?
This is gonna be a pain to write out the ratios.
I've given you a particularly easy example. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? I think it's 6 different combinations. However, this one was only, as a hint, it's only going to have 4.
Damn, I did it wrong. This is funny, guys.
What did you do wrong?
I messed it up. I did B capital R, B lowercase r.
Wait, so now that's right.
Capital R, B lowercase
No, it doesn't matter.
And then when I put them in the chart,
No, we're the same. It's just in order.
Why? Am I not getting into
Well,
this?
I did R, like,
There we go.
this, but it doesn't matter. It
We
was
got Aiden, Arnie, yeah, Bo,
And you
Graham
skipped
Shepherd.
mine.
Not here.
I think he's like skipping science.
Or he snowed it. I did not
Grayson,
see him yesterday.
Robert, Jamie, and Layla, and Liam, and Mari, and Matthew, yeah, Miyabi,
Genotype is what your genetics are. Phenotype is what
Nick,
yeah.
and Noah,
So
of
genotype
course.
is like these.
Rachel?
But phenotype is if it looks smooth or wrinkly or black and gray.
No Rachel, no Rose,
Shit, I'll find you.
and Yuma, and Violet, and
Really? Oh, okay.
I've seen a few.
Hockey jerk my face.
What are you doing? Oh, what?
Was it?
Ooh, a new one. Eee.
Internet's bugged.
Oh. Of course you don't count their fingers.
Now ask someone, I'm going to fill these in, tell me what to put in. Let's go with Noah. Starting here.
Big R, little b. Big R, little b. Small r, small b. Small r, small b.
Excellent. Let's see. Let's do some math questions next. What is each square worth as a fraction? Matthew. 116. And what is that as a percent? Grayson.
I'm trying to open my calculator.
Open your calculator.
6.25%.
There you go. And that way, if you know something takes up 2 squares, that's 12 and a half. I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I will do the 3 that are left over. If you can come in and fill in 1 square each, 2 at a time only can write. First come, first serve as to which one you fill in.
Is that right, Nick?
They should, but I started off.
No, it's RB. It's RBV. What the f? Hold on. Let me erase it. How do I use it?
But otherwise,
Wait, so
you
what?
would
Is it
put
wrong?
the B in
Yeah, it's
front would
wrong.
be
So
technically
what do I do? BB.
BBRR.
Wait, hold up. Don't write.
Well,
It's gonna
technically
erase.
correct, but that's kind of correct.
Where's the fucking, where's the pencil, bro?
Which is what
How do I make it right?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Why did I do me first?
What the fuck? Why?
Well,
Okay, so it's
sometimes
what?
technically correct is not correct.
Is that it?
Hey, Dub.
Yeah? Thank you, bro.
Hey, Dub.
Shit, I almost
In
fell
the
with
sense
you,
that,
bro.
for example,
It was so sorry.
if you fire someone
Oh, well, why do you have to raise
and
it?
work 39 hours
Because
a week,
that is gonna happen. Okay.
then
Sure.
you were
Yeah, just-
You said to put an R first.
Yeah, then now Arnie's gonna be erasing
Thank
it.
you.
Alright, I'm switching up.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm gonna.
Alright.
So that's not actually 39, it's just there's a certain amount below 40 hours a week. So that's what a company like Walmart does, is they'll hire a bunch of people. part-time. So we
Just put 3 B's down.
That's a B. I need an R. Wait, wait. How do I do it? I think it's this. Okay.
So they still have to give a little bit.
Okay.
Technically correct.
Little and little.
No, just like try to.
Pardon? Walmart is Cyberpunk 2077 type of corporation. We have the same corporation, we just had none of the cool aesthetic inside of there. But that probably would make sense if you played Cyberpunk as a role-playing game in the 90s, or played the video game that came out for you. Cyberpunk.
Why is there a pen missing?
It's a little too realistic.
Bro, Cyberpunk is crazy hard to run.
Yeah. Well, do you have it?
No, but my friend does.
If you have, sorry, this is about to get technical. If you have an RTX like 2060 or 30,
I have a
something-
4050.
Oh, you 4050. You'll see some improvement, not as much as the lower end cards. Nvidia just came out with an update for DLSS 4, which means you can have a 20 FPS frame rate that'll look like 60. Because it's really good, talking about AI, it takes your frame, and then your computer puts out another frame, and it adds frames by predicting what the in-between frames would look like. And the newest update for that is making cards that are really old look really good. They did that, and then we had the news about was it DeepSeek?
Yeah.
And their stocks crashed. Like they put out an update that actually improved everybody's old cards, so they don't have to buy new ones, which was nice. And then their stocks crashed. They're probably wishing they didn't do that. But the newest update is fantastic. I only have a 3080, so it was good for me. Higher end cards like the 50s and stuff that aren't getting the same kind of use because they're already pretty good, so they don't see the same kind of improvement. Okay, that all aside, break is for video games. I'll fill in the rest. We got here. This should have our. Oh, and I didn't do the important thing. Well, I didn't tell you to do the important thing. Ha. The important thing, of course. Actually, I'll just ask you because it'll be quicker. Now, very quickly, inside each of them, in a corner, draw what the P looks like. Is it round? Is it wrinkled? Is it green? No, Are You Serious is an 80s actor. It starred in about 2 or 3 films and then kind of dropped out. He was Australian. Kangaroo Jack, I think, is one of his films. Haven't seen him since. No, it wasn't Kangaroo Jack. What was it? He's asked if I was serious. Are you serious, specifically? So, first one, R, capital, lowercase, what is this, round or wrinkled? Round. Capital B, lowercase b, round and what color? So somewhere, draw a round black P. And the most famous kind of P. They even named a band after Black Eyed Peas. I actually have no idea what a black-eyed pea looks like. I don't even know if it's black.
Technically a bean.
Pardon?
It's actually a kind of bean.
Stop, horticulturist.
Sorry.
I fixed the flowers, by the way. Just so you know, someone in class, not going to name who, objected to the flowers because they noticed that these flowers are not even the same species. So these flowers are in no way. So, for all future classes, I now have actual flowers. These are the same species, and that one actually is a codominant version of those two being bred together. Thank you very much. You can just note. Okay, I'm going to ask you for what it looks like. I'm going to give you 30 seconds just to get a head start, and then I'm going to start asking along, and just names at random. You're going to have to do at least one, so go. Are You Serious is an 80s actor. Yeah. Are you done? No, you need it because what's the next step? You're going to have to do the phenotypic ratio. Oh. Then you might be good. Okay, that was 30 seconds. Mari, what does this one look like?
Wrinkly.
Right there?
Round
Round?
and green.
Nice. Actually, I will, in the interest of time, I will do all the ones that are the same. So that RRBB is capital, lower, lower, lower. That also appears here. Does it appear anywhere else? If you help me find it, you lower your chances of being asked. Hold it. Guess not. Aiden, what does that one look like?
It is round and black.
Excellent. So capital R lowercase, capital B lowercase. Any more of those? Oh, this one. They put the B first, but that's the. Oh, yeah. There's that one.
And up one.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Any others? I don't. Oh, That, oh, we already got that one.
Wait, what would that be?
And that one.
Wait, shouldn't that be 2 lowercase r's?
Where?
Like, the one on the 3rd row.
Third row.
Yeah.
3rd row.
Third row down one.
Shouldn't that be 2?
Oh, that should be 2. Absolutely. So whoever did that one, you would need a lowercase and a lowercase. How dare you? Yeah. Well, I have no idea who did it. So, and probably the person who did it forgot. So that's okay. Boom, boom. Everything else. So that one's out. We will correct as we go along.
Wait, why are the B's?
Technically, the B's should be first because alphabetical order. So some people put them first. It actually doesn't matter as long as it's correct. We've got, for the next one, let's do Jamie. What's that one look like?
Round and green.
Round and green. It's actually the same as this one, and I didn't notice because they wrote it backwards. Curse you. That would also be this one. Ooh, we got 4 of those. Okay. And then what would that one be? Arnie. That one.
That'll be like wrinkled and black.
Wrinkled and black, because we have them now. Any more of those? Yep. And capital B, lowercase. Yep. Last one. Nick, what's that look like?
That is no, that is a round. No, now it's wrinkled and black. Or no, green. What? Why did you put a G for green?
Ah, why didn't I put a gene for green? Oh, that's not one. Like, no, there's a reason. There's a rule. Like, I couldn't have put G for green. What's the rule? You have to use the same letters when you're doing dominant, when you're doing true dominant and recessive. And so, if you have a dominant trait, you use the capital. If you have a recessive trait, you use the lowercase. The exception to that is if you start talking about more than 2 genes. So we did brown eyes, blue eyes, and then we did green eyes. We used G, but most of the time. So this is, missed that one. That is black and wrinkled. Okay, now do the phenotypic and genotypic ratios. So next, and cleverly, I've given you an example that's not too bad. Probably should have made it harder, but we can now see the traits, and we can see all the letters. So all the different types of letters. So R, B, B would be 1. Now this would be round and black. This would also be round and black, and so they would belong to the same phenotype, but they would be separate in the genotype. However, we don't have that one on ours. Doesn't happen, so we can just eliminate it. There are at least 3 more. Put them all in. Put the 4 types of peas. So we've got green, green and round, and then 3 more types. Hold it, that's not green and round. That is, I might as well, I wasn't going to make them the same, but I might as well. So that is round and black. Put all the different types in, and then we'll get the numbers. So look at the chart. How many different types do you have? Add them in. You're shaking your, are you shaking? Did you shake your head? No. I like how you're shaking your head and say, we're shaking your head. No, walk over there while you're working away. Technically, no. Practically, yes.
Oh, is it just one?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And then do it as a percent. No. So you just look at the different types of Bs. So that one and that one are the same. B, 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 B.
Color your own image, bro. That's so lame.
When are we doing it, please?
Soonish.
We have lots of time.
You'll have half an hour. It's like a 20-minute break. But,
Seems
oh,
like a bigger quiz.
pardon?
Seems like a bigger quiz.
It's 10 multiple choice questions, 2-ish long answers. But one of the long answers is longish in that it just says, write stuff you know. You write stuff you know.
I know.
Okay. Ooh, Liam. What are the other, pick one. What are the other combinations? Oh. Well, we've done upper, lower. What other type is there up there?
There's lower, 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 lower.
Sure. So there's lower. I'll do it in the same order. There is lower, 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 lower. Sure. What else is there?
There's like upper, lower.
Then we already did that.
Oh wait, there's upper, lower, lower.
Yep. So there's upper, lower, lower, lower. There's one more type.
Lower, lower, upper, lower.
Lower, lower, upper, lower. Sure. So that's all the types there are. This particular one only had 4 types. I think we can have up to 8. If in a more complex, in different combinations of parents. If we started off with like these parents are all true breeding and they all had the same type, and then we bred the F1 generation, we would get that. We would get a classic pattern just like you get in the other one. This one is round and black. I'm going to ask you then for the other 4, but we're going to ask you to put it in the same order as these because it will just make it a little bit easier. And Bo has volunteered.
I was gonna say that.
Nope, volunteered.
The lower, upper, lower incorrectly. You made it an extra R.
My pen just ran out.
Oh my god, I made it.
What's this one?
That is wrinkled in green.
Wrinkled green. It's a little complicated because I'm writing in black. What's that one?
Smooth and green.
Round.
Sorry.
I was offended. Terrible. And this one?
Wrinkled and black.
Wrinkled and black. Like my friend's pug. How many of each type do we have? No, this is a fairly unusual case. It called you twice. I love this because it's truly random. People get called and then they relax because obviously the teacher wouldn't call you again, but then the random generator takes over and sometimes it happens. Okay, how many do we have of each? Bo?
I believe it's 4, 4, 4, 4.
It is 4, 4, 4, 4. So if you went like that, in this, now in most cases, you would have to write a different number for each one. They don't always correspond exactly. This particular example he does. However, I would say this is technically wrong, practically correct, but technically wrong. Just like balancing equations, what do we need to do?
Balance it.
What is 4, 4, 4, 4?
1, 1, 1,
1,
1.
1, 1, 1, 1. So we would go, oh, they are 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. It's like reducing a fraction. It goes into all of them. There is an equal amount. And how many of each type are there as a percent? Layla? 25%. Nicely done.
Big teacher right here.
I hope it was from me.
It was from basic actually.
I really wanted to get to like who is the father, but I should probably give you more time to write your quiz. While I'm getting things ready with your quiz, you might as well just start getting this down. No, you've known about it for like over a week.
What does
Yeah,
that say?
I told you we knew about it.
It was last day, and then we moved it.
I knew about Aiden did.
Excellent.
Why are you looking at
Wait.
me?
Mr. Newfeld has a question.
No, no questions. I have a question. What are the blood types?
Oh,
A, B, and O.
There's A, there's B, and there is O. There is no blood type AB. That is an example of codominance. So AB is just a combination of A and B. So there are people who are AB, they have a combination. O is to blood types what baldness is to hair color. O originally stood for 0, like you don't have one. And then people said O instead, in the same way that if you have a, what's it called in tennis when you have a score of 0?
Love.
Love. Do you know where that comes from?
People want to be nice.
Because people spoke French playing tennis, and it was le ouf. What is le ouf in my bad pronunciation? An egg, a big fat goose egg, meaning a 0. You have 0. And then other people said, heard le ouf, and they didn't speak French. And oh, they're saying love because they're French. No, they're not. They're saying you have a big fat goose egg for a score. You got 0. That's the same thing. We call it blood type O. It means you don't have A and B. That's all it means. If you're blood type O, you don't have those antigens.
So doesn't O work for like everyone?
We'll get into why that is. Yeah, not having it turns out to be good if you're going to give it to others. A and B are codominant. O is a lack of A and B and is recessive. So if you have a gene for O, which means you don't make A or B, and you have a gene for A, then you're type A. Also, there is no health effects in like disease from having a particular blood type. It doesn't matter what type of blood type you have in terms of, you're not going to get colds more often or anything like that. All A and B and O mean, if you're type A, you have an antigen on your blood. It is literally a physical structure that allows antibodies to be made against it. You don't make antibodies to ones you recognize. So if you're type A, your immune system doesn't attack it. But if you're given type B, your immune system doesn't recognize the B and it goes, oh my God, this is a foreign bacteria, and attacks it. And you get multiple clots, strokes, heart attacks, muscle infarctions all in the same time, and you go into convulsions and death. So that would be bad. If you're type AB, however, your body recognizes both. So if someone gives you type B, you're fine. Someone gives you type A, you're fine. If you're a type O, there is no markings. It is like stealth blood. It can go into anybody. However, you are type O, which blood type can you be given from these 3? None of them. This is why Ms. Walensky is the assistant to Privet House.
So you can drain for blood?
Yeah.
Do you have to draw those?
She's type O negative, which means she's the universal donor. So if I ever need blood, she's right there.
Why would you need blood?
There's actually a guy living, he's like in his 60s now on Pender Island. They don't have a large health place there. So if there's an emergency, someone happened to need blood right away, they have a tiny clinic. They actually have his number like in there, and they'll call him up like somebody needs blood right now, and he can come down. They can do a direct blood transfer because he's type O negative. He volunteered for that. He's the only O negative on the island. So if something bad happened, they've had to call him twice, I think, in like 2 decades. But you're on a little island, you might not be able to get stuff in time.
How do you
Okay.
find out what your blood type is?
Pardon? How do you?
Find out what your blood type is. Like,
Oh, you just go give blood. We're going to do a lab in which you can find out. However, I would like you to call your parents at some point or ask them, what blood type are you? They often test you at birth. They might already know because it'd be used. We're doing a high school lab. It's high school equipment from a high school company. It's not like a medically accurate test. So it often is correct, but sometimes I notice it's wrong. So if you know your blood type, it would be great to confirm it as opposed to finding out. But if you don't know, you might find out this way. Draw this. I'm going to hand out the data booklet and the multiple choice sheet. And then once you're done drawing, put everything away, we'll start the quiz. Yes?
Is Is this the test that someone found they were adopted with?
The blood typing happens to be one of, unlike eye color, which I've mentioned a number of times, is quite complicated, and yet it actually is possible to have brown eyes from two blue-eyed parents, so don't just accuse your parents. Blood typing is fairly Mendelian. It is very rigorous. If you know the blood typing of your parents, you know what your blood type theoretically should be, with a few other factors. We're going to go through it. Once you are done, separate out the desks and turn them to face the wall. The next class thing has a major exam, so we might as well get set up for a test day anyway. Yeah, just turn it to face that way. I'm going to rearrange the whole classroom a little bit. Actually, it'd be faster if I called your name rather than running
Is this
around.
quiz open notes?
This is open worksheet.
Which one?
Grayson,
This one.
Layla,
Oh, that one.
Jamie,
I don't need to put my name on it.
This one, right? No, you're not allowed to use your notes.
Jamie, and Violet, Briar. Briar, were you on the morning sign-in list this morning? In the dining hall?
No.
Oh, I thought I added you. Someone said you weren't. I'm like, what? I swear I added you. Rachel, Nick, Mari, Arnie. Oh, there's Nick. Oh, Arnie.
Most babies
Where,
are
was Mari? Mari was here. Yeah, she was over there, wasn't she?
most babies
Noah.
who are adopted are
Matthew.
assigned free neighborhood
Right in front of me.
and get used up from the
Miyabi, Graham,
I know I was
Not
adopted.
Aiden. Yuma, and Rose. Pardon? Yeah.
Your parents just
Okay.
hospital there.
No matter where you are, please put everything away. Turn your desks, face that way, separate out.
Now you really are.
That will just help. Where's Mari's?
Nothing wrong with being adopted.
You can have out your worksheet, and you're going to hand in your worksheet, put away everything else. Pardon? The worksheet, the one I posted the entries for, the one you had to have last day. That is probably a self-answering question at this point.
Ooh, the circle thing.
The circle thing. Mr. Newfall, use the picture.
I did use the picture,
My God.
and I credited you and AI.
What? This exactly.
You can't have your notes out. The worksheet, however, you can't out. Also, those notes you had out wouldn't help you. Yeah. The worksheet you need, do I can go to this? Is this one. If you have a blank copy, you can have that. At least help with some vocab. You have it there. So face that way, separate out.
And hijab.
I don't know if I have one. I do.
Wasn't that
Do
hospital
I?
that ran people out
Nope.
during COVID?
No, I didn't take any in.
Nope.
I do not seem to have any extras.
This is how I imagine young Mr.
Moment,
Newfall.
unfortunately. Yeah?
It's okay, you really have it.
Really?
No, put that away. You won't
I think
need
that's young Mr. Newfall.
your data table with the back page.
Oh, just have
I
It
just
has
want
it.
I just want to be able to.
What?
Like,
What is, if you go back home and you say, oh, my blood type is B negative, what does a very strict parent say? A negative.
It should be.
Why not A positive?
What's the difference between negative
I'll discuss the next day. Okay. Looking this way, I have instructions. I'm going to hand out your quiz. You should be turned and face the other way, ready to go. While you're writing your quiz, I'm going to hand out the worksheet for genetics. You can't do all the problems, but you can get started. Today being Tuesday, this is the last time we will meet before the break. So you can put it in your binder. But when you're done the quiz, hand it in with your worksheet, and then you can, with your old worksheet, and then you can work on the new one while you're waiting.
And we begin right away.
You can start right away. I may adjust your position slightly as I get the classroom ready for the next quiz. Why don't you have the answers? But the answers are posted. You check the Google Classroom.
the answers on the sheet?
Pardon?
Are the answers on the sheet, basically?
You could, if you've written them. If you checked your answers, you could have just written the answers on your sheet from.
I already got to have it.
When you're done your quiz, you may come and get some gummies.